All right, so let's look at how to integrate Microsoft OneNote notebook into Canvas. So I'm in my sample Canvas course. It's empty. For these purposes, I'm just showing you how to integrate OneNote by using the LTI. So here are settings. On the top bar menu, go to apps. Let's search for the app, OneNote Add App. And we need a consumer key and shared secret. So in order to get that, let's close out of here first. We'll come back to it. This last line here in this description, to find out more and to register a consumer key and shared secret, visit our information page. This is where they will generate that information for us. So here we go. We are on OneNote's page. Let's go to how to use OneNote LTI with your LMS. Register your LMS. I'm going to go ahead and give it a name, Canvas, College Comp 1 Lab Sample, and register. So now we have a consumer key. Just copy this. Let's go back to Canvas. Let's go and click on Add App. We have our consumer key, so let's paste it. Now let's go back and get our shared secret. So back to this page, shared secret, copy, and going back to Canvas, shared secret, paste, and add app. Okay, so now we can see that it's been installed. If I click on it, I can double check, it says installed. All right, so now I'm going to refresh, and we will be prompted on setting up our notebook. So it pre-filled with my class notebook. If you need to type it in, go ahead and type it. Click next. And then it reviews what is inside a OneNote notebook. There are 3 sections. The collaboration space is a space where anyone in this Canvas course can work together. So teacher with student, students, anyone in groups. Content library is where teachers post anything they'd like, and no one can edit it or delete it except for the instructor. The last section is the student notebook. This is where a student has his or her own private space, but the instructor has access to look at the work. I see this working as a feature that we can use in a computer lab or writing time during the class, so that you as the teacher can go in and give feedback. Okay, next. So if there's an instructor or an academic coach that needs access, you can type in their information here. Now, this is only to give access to the notebook. It is not to give access to the entire Canvas course. And now you have the option of automatically feeding your roster into this notebook so that every student has their own notebook, or you can type and paste manually each name. I don't see why you would need to do that, so just leave it as the default, which automatically populates the LMS notebook, the notebook with your LMS names, student names. Okay, next. And then these are the tabs that will be in the notebook for your students. There is a handout section, class notes, homework, quizzes. I'm going to go ahead and add computer lab so that during the 1 hour time that my students have to work in a computer lab, when we were in face-to-face classes, it was an actual lab time. Students can actually work in this tab, and I'll have access to read what they're writing and to give feedback. Okay, if there's anything else that you want to add to have a tab, go ahead and add it. You can also go back and add a tab later if you deem it necessary, so don't worry about that. You can also delete any of these sections of their notebooks. Okay, so next, And now we see a preview of the teacher's notebook, and you'll see there is the collaboration space and content library. This is where I, again, post my materials for my students to read. They do not, or watch. They do not have any editing privileges under content library. Once students are enrolled in this course, which right now there's none, their notebooks will populate here beneath content library. So now let's look at a student view. So a student would see the collaboration space that the instructor has created, the content library, which is most likely to be lectures and videos, and then their notebook that has the sections that are default and the added section of computer lab to personalize my course. So click create and we will see the notebook shortly. Okay, so now it says the notebook is ready. We can access it directly from the web. And we can do that by adding a class notebook add-in. I'm not actually going to go through that in this video, but you can take care of that on your own. So now if I go back to home, right, and again, my class shell is blank. All right, so I clicked on class notebook and I see the dashboard for class notebooks. I'm going to go ahead and click on manage notebook. And it automatically shows me some default options, but I'm just going to leave it as is. Okay. And I'm going to go to Open Notebook. Okay. And what it's done now is it has opened my OneNote notebook in my Microsoft 365 account in a separate tab. So now, and you can absolutely share this with your students. In fact, I think you should tell them that they can toggle between their notebook and Canvas. Okay, let's go back for a minute to the to the menu. These are all of my notebooks that I have created over the course over the last few months. If I go back to this dashboard menu, you can see that I could add and remove students. You can go ahead and add them here. You could also add or remove teachers using this link. So in my classes, I oftentimes have an academic coach. I can go ahead and add the academic coach name or email. And as you can see, it goes back to that wizard we used in the beginning to set up a notebook. And there you go. You have OneNote notebook installed in Canvas.